Good afternoon on what is a slightly chilly, definitely overcast afternoon. It is Monday the 16th of August. I am back in the Read Nook with a stack of parcels. So I've already looked at a fanzine for an issue of Echoes of Fomoho from Gabble Lux and the D-Sanction limited edition box set. And the next one I have to hand is this. So let's get this open and find out what is inside it. So looking inside, this has been sent by Soul Muppet Publishing. I have no idea what it is offhand, so let's find out. I know it's fairly slim from the size of the packet, so let's slide this out. And what have we got? An altogether different river. Now, it also comes with, I think this has been put in addition, I think I've probably got a copy of the Wyvern's Nest for A Doom to Speak, which is for Best Left Buried, Soul Muppet's very own role-playing game, which I have reviewed in the past, and I really do like it. It's got a really downbeat, grungy feel in its fantasy. So, An Altogether Different River. An Altogether Different River is a storytelling game for 2 to 4 players about creating a town and exploring how it changed through the lens of the people who left it and returned and the people who stayed behind. And this is from Aaron Lim and was published earlier this year, I believe part of the Zine Quest 3. So let's just pulling that open. So this is just glue is just a bit. There we go. It's coming apart. So the first thing I notice when I open this up is this feels fantastic in the hand. Lovely linen textured cover, and it's basically done on light card. That's going to protect the contents nicely. I've seen publications where the cover is paper and it's not as effective at protecting the contents, but that's in addition to basically a really nicely painted cover, really lovely piece of artwork there. So inside, it's quite a big, bold look at it. Really like the design. It's making use of this font for effect. Nice clean layout, and we go inside we find introduction. So An Altogether Different River is a GM-less storytelling game meant for 1 or 2 sessions, about 3 to 4 hours each. You collaboratively create a town and see how it changes through the lens of characters you play. To play, you need some blank sheets of paper, character sheets, and also a large communal sheet to draw the map of the town in the past and present. You will also need a standard pack of cards with the jokers removed as town cards and some writing implements. This is, the interesting thing is, one of the movements, essentially, as I say, one of the movements in the role-playing thing is sort of is you come up with a new game and you develop the mechanics, and there are so many that are really just using nothing more than a standard deck of cards. So you don't need to get dice, you don't need to buy anything special. It's an ordinary playing deck. And a lot of solo games do that. There's sort of like the journaling games where you draw cards to determine random events, whether it's whether you're digging your own dungeon or detailing the events of your 1,000-year life as a vampire. So we have essentially boundaries and expectations as it really is standard these days for a role-playing game, on lines and veils and discussion of the TV content rating, and that's also used. It sets that it basically it allows the players to collectively set the tone of the story they want to tell, and then you basically describe the town now, where it's set. So it could be air, space, void, mountain, plains, walls. There are the options, and of course you're not limited to those, I would imagine. And then start describing what the town is like. And each player takes a character, one they will play throughout the game. For each character, choose whether they are returned or remained, and choose options for your character, and then choose the name and relationship. So, for a returned character, it might be the sort of like, say, words left unsaid, or a painful memory, those who remained, home and hearth, a myth and legend. And again, they're pointers. Okay, you're going to work with these. You might not work with them on another playthrough, but they're there to help you get started. Then we start essentially creating relationships. And as you're doing this, you're basically building them onto the large communal sheet where you're creating your town and the people in it. And then it says you play to find answers. Choose one player to find the first turn. The players played in different rounds, with each player taking one turn in a round. The first 2 rounds are establishment rounds. During those, you take the following actions, such as introduce an aspect of the town, show how an aspect of the town has changed, ask and answer a question with a scene, and you have a list of potential aspects and scenes, essentially, that you can or elements you can add to your town through the draw of the cards. And then you explore the town, show how an aspect of the town has changed, basically advice on framing a scene if you want to ask and answer a question with a scene, and then play out the scene, and then you go essentially ending the scene is on, and that's played throughout. And you've got advice here on ending the game as well. So in some ways it sort of feels a little bit like Microscope, which is a storytelling game where you tell a complete history, whether that's the history of an empire, or mankind's exploration of the universe, or Dave going to college. That it's all possible with that. And this is treading kind of similar history, in that you're creating a place and a history of it, and telling the stories of the lives of people who lived in it as much as you can. And it's that essentially. So that this is. Let's just have a look. You will get to the point where. So that's. I'm just going to show you this, because essentially this is the middle of the book. So you've got the rules up to this point, or the guidance, and you get to page 17, ending the game, and you turn it over, and what you've got is play advice. And this is nice. Basically, it's talking about teaching and facilitating. And how to conduct creative collaboration, and that's really useful, especially if you've not played this kind of storytelling game, where you have responsibilities as a player, more than just role-playing a single person. There is it's a difference in style of play, and sometimes for some people it can be a matter of making an adjustment for something they're not used to. And of course, the other thing is essentially, if all you've done is play storytelling games, then making taking the step from playing that type of game to a traditional role-playing game where you're controlling one character, then that's also an adjustment. But I had to go the other way, basically, from traditional role-playing games, which is mostly what I play, to playing storytelling games, and it did take an adjustment. Anyway, you've also got a list of variants and tweaks, so that you come back and play a few times with friends, saying, okay, enjoyed this, let's have another game, let's do just something different, and it's taking you through some ideas. And we have some game seeds, some ideas on how to play the game, and the setup, and complete with town aspects, which can replace the prompts during creation. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 prompts. It's also game seeds, and basically you've got essentially the advice on running the game, and also essentially how the game is played, essentially as a cheat sheet. of course the character sheet for the character. So this is really such a lovely little artifact, I think, and you know, I love the cover, and I come back to the, I mean, not just the basically just the physicality of it, and it's the linen finish, and of course the artwork, which is charming, I would say. So yes, that's an altogether different river, a storytelling game of creating a town and telling the history of the town and the people who have lived in it and returned to it, by Aaron Lim. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed that. Enjoyed this unboxing of the Nook. If you have, please hit the like button down below. If you have any comments or feedback, I appreciate you taking the time to post them, and I do read them. And if you want to see yet more unboxings in the Nook, then essentially where you will see me with some parcels, a game I can talk about for 10 minutes or so, and of course a nice hot cup of tea, then hit that subscribe button. Again, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing of the Nook, and I'll be back again in the near future with another video. Bye for now.